Hello, I'm Matthew Elwell of the Elite Closing Academy, and in this video we're going to look at what do you say when somebody says, my partner will never go for it. I appreciate your partner or spouse could never go for this. Let's just imagine that they could see the value that you can, and they can see the results that we can get as a result of doing this. What do you think they'd say then? So if somebody uses a third party stall, then there's a couple of things you've got to do. Number one, you've got to check in who actually makes the final decision. Is it the partner or spouse, the third party, or is it you, the person you're talking to, if that makes sense? So it's really important that you do have the decision maker all the time. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, just because somebody else can't see the value, as you know, you've got the person in front of you that you're talking to, if they use a third party, just because this third party person doesn't see the value, find out what they see. Let's say the third party just can't see the value, and let's just move them to one side for a minute. What value can you see? Check in with this person. Find out what value they see by not having our product or service. What's the problem? Go to this person first, and then you have to deal with the third party person. You've got to go, right, now we know that you are totally committed, you can see the results that are possible. What do we need to do to get this person to see the same thing? What needs to happen? And more importantly, out of you two, who makes the final decision? And honestly, wherever I go, this is a huge problem, because as a closer, you must be speaking in the close to the decision maker. So it's okay to speak to an influencer, somebody who's involved with the chain, with the decision making process along the way. But when it comes to actually doing the deal, you must be sat in front of the person that makes the final decision. And let's get something straight. If this third party is the decision maker and they do not see the value in it, you're never going to do business. So it's better to know this earlier than to have this issue in the close. Now that we understand that bit of somebody using a third party stall, so now we've got that bit right. Now, when you do get through to the decision maker, you've got to make sure that you are armed with all the tools to get the deal done. So, if during the prospecting journey, somebody says to you, I really want to do it, but I've just got to double check with a third party, my business partner, or in fact, I know my spouse will never do it, you have to make sure that this person is totally committed themselves and that this person has the problem. When someone has a problem, they will find a way of getting a solution, as long as the problem is big enough. So again, I'm going to say this to you. If you are hearing in your sales process, I'd love to, but my spouse is never going to do it, you're speaking to the wrong person. That is the fact. You are speaking to the wrong person. This should never, ever, ever pitch up in your sales process if you ask powerful enough questions at the beginning. Most salespeople will teach you to use persuasion on this person right now, and I don't. If you follow my system, you should never, ever, ever get to a point where somebody says, I'm in, but I know my partner will just never do it. Because you'd have found out at the beginning, what would your partner need to see from us now about the result it's going to get that they're not seeing, that would change their mind. That's the bit, that's the content that people need the most. That's the moment. My partner said, they're just, no matter what happens, they'll never see it. Understand that. So what would your partner need to hear from me now, and more importantly from you, so that they would change their mind? Because look, if this person has got a problem, and if you don't solve it, their business is gonna fail, and it's gonna impact the partner. Maybe you lose your business and then you lose your mortgage. Well, what would your partner say if, as a result of losing your business, they lose the house? What do they say then? If you're the solution here, then this partner must be interested if the pain's big enough. And this is what's frustrating with so many people in the sales world. They never find out the truth. You know, my partner just wouldn't be interested. Fine. What would interest them? Because I'm telling you, they'd be fucking interested if they're about to lose the house. As a result of this person having a problem, if it impacts their partner, that they lose their house, or they lose their business, or they can't buy a new car, or they can't go on holiday with someone, trust me, you'll get their interest. How big's the problem? That's where you got to go. If this is your first time here on my channel, then please make sure you subscribe, ping the notification bell, and make sure to watch more of these videos on the screen. There's loads of them now.